It's the 25-yard line.
Hey, pick your game up. Jack! Kill.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl. On second down now, it's Cook. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Now Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Second and 9 at the 39-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Hey, watch the slant.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And complete right side to Cook. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Cousins to throw it. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackles. Made at the Falcons' 24-yard line.
That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Mike 45. Rabbit. Wide.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And this is Cook with a grab. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a third and long.
Check. Fresno. Again,
it's Cousins. eluding the pressure right. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's go.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Check.
From the shotgun, Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
Ready. Check. Watch 54. Yeah, let's get second.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. 31 yards there and a 1st down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to take a shot for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Check 31. Kill.
Cook following the penalty. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Watch twins.
Cousins on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Hey, flicker.
Cousins gives way to Cook. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Cousins. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Hey, 382, last 50.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Looking to throw on second down. Ryan, now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. We'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. And it's hauled in by Dodson. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
They'll run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Ryan. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to let it go deep. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Cousins now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Ryan. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play wildcat quarterback for you as well.
To throw again is Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Ryan will throw again. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper. As the first half is winding down, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down at 10.
Wait! Hey, express!
To throw is Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Back to the air, Ryan after the pick six. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Ready! 125! 154! 154! Stay with your man!
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Looking deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. 45 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the 1st half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
It's our time. It's our time. Deuce. Check 52.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On first down, Freeman. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down. Ready to go.
The quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
There you go.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Vikings 13. Matt Bryant set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now on 2nd and 13, Cousins, who nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear, because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted, like you said, to pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Falcons. They've got the football, they've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. They'll try and run. Freeman. 4th down now after a loss of 2. They won on 2 fronts there, so to speak, Charles. Not only do they stop him short of the 1st, they get him out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, they won. The offensive guys lost because they wanted to stay in bounds and have that clock run or force you to use timeouts. Instead, the defense won, as you mentioned, on both fronts.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Let's go.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just 1 4th-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. They'll roll him out right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And the Falcons grab it, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. 54, South.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play.
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
At the 20-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4, Ryan, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Room past the 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Cousins. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Brushing, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back...
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 28 yards. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, they got the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Freeman again. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Freeman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Cousins. Flush to his right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. Flushed out right. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Play action. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?